All right. What's going on, guys? Vega here from SerpentX Special Forces, and it's time for some caffeine and crypto. This time, I actually have my cup that you can check out at dogelord.com. I welcome you to join me in this episode of Caffeine and Crypto, which we do every Saturday around 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Really depends on who else in the crypto mining scene is going to be joining us on what I call Saturday morning crypto. You're going to be hearing some random noises in the background, maybe some fans, stuff like that. So just bear with me here. But we got a lot to cover in today's episode. Welcome you to join me with some type of caffeinated drink of your choice, if not water, or whatever you prefer, tea or otherwise. Now, first off, just want to mention and remind some of you that I do have a giveaway going. It's a SerpentX 15K giveaway. It's going on right now. It does end in 14 days, so make sure you get, check it out. Link is in the description, of course. Matter of fact, I'll probably post it in the live chat. But it's been going on for about a week now, and you can see how many entries we already have. So make sure you don't miss out on the opportunity. I'm just giving away some Bitcoin, and then somebody can win a 6-pack of GP risers. But I will be contacting individuals, so you need to keep an eye on your email. You got a 48-hour window to respond once I email you, okay? So moving on, crypto markets kind of a mixed bag right now. Bitcoin sitting anywhere between that 48 50k range. We can't break past 50k right now ever since we fell back down. Thank you to everybody who came over from the Crypto Mikkel mining show this morning. Good old coffee. Now the coffee I got, I should have brought the bag with me. But actually, let's go to Dogelord real quick. It's actually really good. Let's see here, coffee. It's really good. 6-bean blend right here. This guy. So 6-bean blend. I think I only got the 12 ounce just to test it out. Got the dark roasts. And yeah, you can subscribe or you can do a one-time purchase. I need to do a review. It's really good. And my children who are in high school, so they're young adults. He said, I have never been so alert before school before, so that's a good thing. Anyways, Ethereum's only down about 0.14%, not too bad. BNB 0.22%. ADA down 0.61%. Bitcoin's almost up 1%. We're still looking bullish in my mind, not financial advice, but you can see the 50 on the daily has crossed over the 100, and we're heading towards the 200. So we'll see how things pan out in the long run. I mean, there was a number of buying signals that flash. Whether or not you hopped in is going to be dependent upon what your budget, a number of variables. But yeah, Bitcoin's still looking bullish. And I want to go over some news topics. Now, today's news topics, I want to go over Ethereum, what's going on in China, Cardano, the Alonso hard fork, just a few bits and pieces. Of course, Jack Dorsey is planning to build a decentralized Bitcoin exchange. We're going to look at some of the companies with the most Bitcoin, what's going on in Cuba, and how they're recognizing cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin as, legitimate currencies. I want to look at this August 22nd article of cryptocurrencies they mentioned to keep an eye on and see how it panned out as they mentioned it. The Dogecoin scam in Turkey. And then a couple bits and pieces that I think Crypto Mikkel actually did go over in his stream. Like AMD adds 17 PCI IDs. NVIDIA's RTX 3090 Super with 1 terabyte memory bandwidth, which is crazy. And then a 3080 Ti in Russia that has 20 gigabytes of memory. Also, to wrap up things, and we'll probably talk about this while I interact with y'all, Newegg did a blog on building a crypto mining rig, and so we're gonna look at that and see how well they did. So without further interruption or ado, let's get right into it. So world's second leading crypto network, Ethereum, splits into 2 chains. Now, it's not like Ethereum Classic and Ethereum, but just not everybody updated. I'm sure individuals such as Son of a Tech, maybe Red Panda Mining, or a number of other people, if they haven't created content on this topic, they will. But let's just go through a few things here. So Ethereum saw a chain split today as a software bug affected a large quantity of full node clients. In mid-August, developers discovered a vulnerability and distributed an update called Hades Gamma to resolve the problem. However, a large number of full node clients did not leverage the patch, and the network did fork. Gundy, what's up, man? Good morning. It's nice to see you here in the live stream. Jeffrey Harrison, thank you for being a member. Sarf, haven't seen you in a while. Billy, I always know you're first. And Vincent, I agree. We'll see how things pan out. So the old GEF clients forgot to upgrade. Ethereum network splits into two. The number of reports and data from analytic web portals show that Ethereum blockchain has split into two, at least two. So they may suspect more, I'm not sure. So at least two versions, as a number of GEF nodes did not update to the correct chain. The Twitter communication channel for Ethereum network called Go Ethereum or Go ETH tweeted the incident on Friday. Not sure, but yeah. Ethereum has split to two versions, and only a third of the GEF nodes are on the correct chain. The full impact is unclear at this point, but the open Ethereum may have also been indirectly impacted. Block difficulty has dropped 10% over the past few hours. The old version of GEF clients is used by more than 70% of Ethereum's network's nodes. On August 24th, the Twitter account GoETH told the public about the upgrade and said, heads up, there's a new patch, yada yada yada, vulnerabilities fixed, please update. And yeah, Andre said on Twitter, between latest GEF and older GEF on mainnet, stay away from doing transactions for a while until confirmed, unless you're sure you are submitting the latest GEF. Make sure you're on the latest chain. Matter of fact, let's go. I'm pretty sure. I wonder if there's an update. When did this article come out? 15 hours ago. Let's see. Is there any update? Send an email. Yada yada. Okay. That didn't help me whatsoever. So yeah. If I were you and you're about to do some big transactions, I would probably do a little bit more research into this. Again, I'm pretty sure my colleagues in the crypto mining space is probably going to have more detailed information on this, but this is very important, which is what I go over on Caffeine and Crypto. Such news articles that I feel you should be aware of and that may impact you. So China. Good old China. What's up, Midwest Miner? Thank you, buddy, for stopping by. China to maintain a high-pressure situation on crypto, says officials. China has reportedly doubled down on its crypto crackdown with a public reminder stating that Bitcoin and other digital currencies are not legal tender and have no actual value. In a local media briefing, Yin Yaping, the deputy director of the Financial Consumer Rights Protection Bureau of People's Bank of China, said the central bank will maintain a high-pressure situation and continue to crack down on digital currency-related transactions. Yaping stated the digital currency-related transactions are pure investment hype, that the public should increase its risk awareness and stay away from crypto investments. Despite government's continued prosecution of the crypto industry, Yaping cited the possibility of a rebound in crypto trading operations in China. So government sanctioned, government sponsored, whatever you want to call it, will get the green flag, while others who are not will be crushed by the superior China government. So as a countermeasure, the PBOC will work with local authorities to detect traders using offshore crypto exchanges, and as a result will increase efforts to block trading on those websites, apps, or corporate channels. So yeah, China's cracking down. I'm gonna pause here real quick. So Midwest Miner asks, does it go back or is it permanent? So it depends on what the community in Ethereum wants to do. We've seen in the past with the Ethereum Classic, when it was born, that when a group of the miners were just like, hey, no, just let it go, we'll just take the L. Some of them wanted to roll it back, like Vitalik. Charles Hoskins, Sin wanted to stay, keep it as it is, take it as a learning situation, but no, and then we had a split. So I don't think it's going to be an actual chain split where we're going to have a new cryptocurrency. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy if we got a new Ethereum cryptocurrency that will stay on proof of work while the other one goes on to ETH 2.0 and stuff like that, and then everybody switches to the new one instead of the one that's going to 2.0. That would be nuts, but I don't think that's going to happen. Do not think that's going to happen. I think we just need to get the nodes updated, and we'll be good to go. Again, some of my colleagues in the space will probably be doing a detailed investigation, provide more information on it. Just wanted you guys to be aware. So the POBC is reportedly working with China Banking and Insurance Regulator Commission to develop systems for monitoring and combating the use of digital currencies. In addition to the pressures laid out by the POBC, local governments in China have also started taking proactive measures to stop crypto activities. Regulators from the Yingyang County have asked hydropower plants to cut power supply for crypto miners in the area. That's crazy. So they're getting the places that provide electricity to stop providing. So power plants have also been asked to notify the National Development and Reform Commission after delisting crypto miners from their respective grids. While Chinese miners continue to settle abroad in countries with crypto-friendly regulations, China has reportedly started to redirect the saved electricity to build infrastructure for electric cars. And I figured that would be one of the biggest reasons, as China becomes stronger in the EV market, electric vehicle market. They need to and they need to advance, right? So they were using a lot of coal. They're trying to become more green, and they need that infrastructure. And they've been doing a really good job. China has been doing a really good job of rebuilding their infrastructure for the future. So I figured when the crypto ban was coming and everybody talking about electrical use and energy use, that they were really trying to use it for, EV production, EV upkeep, maintenance, charging. So the average consumer in China can, go to work, charge their car, go home, charge their car, stuff like that. I do have that here where I live, where I can drive to my job, charge my Tesla. There's a Tesla charging station right there, and then come home and then charge again. That's a good question. Crypto World asked in the live chat, why are nodes not forced to update automatically or to be updated automatically? That is a good question. That is a good question. I am not sure. Let's see something here. So Twitter. Did he not have a... Okay. Let's see if Ethereum said anything about it. Okay. No. Okay. Alright, here we go. It's fixing a security vulnerability. Okay, let's see here. Hades Gamma. The exact attack vector will be provided at a later date. Okay, so we don't know the attack vector, but they know they got one to give node operators, independent downstream projects time to update. Oh, okay, so this update is to prevent this attack vector, and those who don't update are going to be susceptible to it. So I'm assuming if you do not update and you're one of the few percentage left on there, this attack vector can be exploited. All GEF versions supported the London hard fork are vulnerable. Ooh. The bug is older than London, so all users should update. Credits to the discovery go to Godo? Franken? Okay. Sorry, buddy, if I butchered your name. Interesting. Besides the fix, we're merged into a few tiny polished and fixes. Okay, alright. So yeah, this is very interesting to me. So anyways, you need to update. What is the actual commit fixing this? Comparing the two most recent tags yield small enough. My guess is they already fixed it. Yeah, so done. Synced. Awesome job. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. So apparently, while auditing Decentralized EVM, Gildo uncovered and corrected a critical security vulnerability in the original GoETH code, but they don't say what the vulnerability actually is. Interesting. I'm sure we'll get more details and information as time moves on. Now, bear in mind, all the articles, if you're watching this in the future, not live, is going to be linked down in the description if you want to check that out. And don't forget to check out some of the links down below that does help support the channel. What's up, Max Voltage? Good morning to you. Of course, he's going to drop some knowledge on us. So Ethereum open source, so validators and clients can do whatever they choose. Okay, so he just stopped in and dropped some knowledge. Thank you for stopping by for the knowledge dropping. All right, anyways, Cardano Alonso hard fork. What you need to know. Well, there's a few key points that I wanted to go over or read to you if you don't mind. So Cardano's Alonso update brings the network much closer to its full capabilities. The hard fork is a major upgrade to the Cardano network that sees the much anticipated implementation of smart contract functionality, which is going to bring it up there. Because you got to think, right now, if we go to CoinMarketCap, I want you to pay attention to something, right? So right now, Cardano's at $2.81. In the past 24 hours, it's down about 1 to 6%. Really depends on when you're looking at it. But if you look at Cardano, which is now number 3, look at the market cap, right? It's taken over, surpassing BNB coin. BNB coin is clawing back its lead a little bit. Surpassed Tether, surpassed Dogecoin, XRP, all these guys, right? Wow, Solana's pumping. Nice, Solana. But taking note of the market cap of Cardano and the price of it right now, and it doesn't even have smart contract functionality yet. Wait to smart contract functionality and Alonso upgrades get implemented, all bugs and patches fixed. I don't think it's going to be a flippening, but I think Cardano is going to get, maybe a 150, 175 billion market cap. I really think so. So hundreds, I always do this, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions. So yeah, like 175, 150. 150 billion market cap, something like that. I certainly think that's possible with Cardano implementing these fixes sometime in the future, or these upgrades. So smart contracts are pieces of computer code that automatically execute when certain predefined conditions are met. After Alonso update, anyone will be able to create and deploy their own smart contracts on Cardano blockchain, paving the way for native decentralized application, or dApps. Now, we had a number of upgrades already happen. Those are some of the names there. Again, everything is linked down below. Cardano is now in the final stages of the Shelley era. The development phase added a host of new features to Cardano, such as proof of stake. And by the way, I just want to make something clear. What I said earlier about Cardano is not financial advice. It's just me speculating, and I am some guy on the internet, so always do your own research. Since its launch on July 29, 2020, Shelley has introduced 2 major hard forks, Allegra and Mary. Allegra introduced a token locking mechanism that allows users to lock up Cardano tokens in preparation for on-chain voting, which is actually expected to roll out in Volunteer in the final development stage. Mary, on the other hand, introduced token support for Cardano's native tokens, or CNTs. These native tokens are similar to Ethereum's ERC token standards and enable users to create and deploy their own tokens on the Cardano blockchain, including non-fungible tokens. So now we got NFT capability, we got some type of like ERC20 capability where you can build your own tokens right on the actual Cardano platform, which is big because a lot of people have been turning to Binance Chain, or Binance Smart Chain, because the gas prices of Ethereum. I mean, look at gas price right now of Ethereum. It's slow is 66, standard is 67, fast is 67. And what's funny is today's Saturday, guys. So usually on the weekdays, Monday through Friday, when we have all the traditional markets open, the gas prices can be high, which is why I recommend waiting to like late evening, early morning on the weekend to do your transactions. But even now on the weekends, it's getting absolutely crazy. Not to mention, they just warned that to hold off on transactions because of this vulnerability that they pointed out. So I wouldn't do anything on Ethereum. You can mine it, but I wouldn't do any major transactions on it. Like if you're only sending like $10, whatever, you'd be fine. But any major transactions where you're sending hundreds of thousands, don't do it right now. Let's see how things pan out and stuff like that. I'm no expert in the matter, but we'll see what Max Voltage and the others say in the community. So Alonzo stages are split into 3. We got the Alonzo Blue, Alonzo White, and Alonzo Purple. Alonzo Blue introduces smart contracts with around 50 technical participants, mostly stake pool operators or SPOs. Invalidation errors and other simple fixes were found and tweaked during this phase. These standard bugs are expected to appear and be fixed as Alonzo goes through its testing. Alonzo Purple will become a fully public testnet and onboard thousands of participants to the network. This particular stage is split into two distinct phases, Purple Light and Purple Rain. No, I'm joking, Dark Purple. The first will allow for simple smart contracts, while the latter will allow for more complex smart contracts. Then comes Alonzo Red and Alonzo Black. There's a lot of Alonzos apparently. Color phases, which are reserved for final bug fixes, cleanups to prepare for the final release of the hard fork. Any future tweaks to the hard fork will be very difficult to make past this point, and so it's important that these two phases are looked at very carefully. These stages add quality assurance as code is frozen and exchanges are prepped for a Cardano hard fork. Alonzo mainnet will officially launch the final code. Now, currently, what we're looking at with the input-output Hong Kong or IOHK, which is also a part of Charles Hodgkin. Oh my God, I can't say his name. Hodgkinson, really smart guy, and I can't pronounce his name for crap. But it looks like we're looking September, so we're on the cusp of it. Just need to keep an eye on things. Then it goes on to Platypus. I'm not going to read that, or Platypus. Plutos, something like that. I suck at names. I really do. So yeah, I'm very interested to see how Cardano turns out and stuff like that. I mean, we've really come a long way for Cardano. I mean, look at that. Look at this downtime we had. This is all the way from 2018 up until late 2020, early 2021. We're just sitting around that 4 cent, 10 cent, 20 cent range. And now look at it. So we will see how things go. All right, so let's see here. Empty carts, effective versions, and consensus vulnerability in Go ETH could cause a chain split where vulnerable versions refuse to accept the canonical chain, the CVE. This was the exploit. Yeah. The exploit that I was showing. But I wanted to see, there was more details about it that they said they would release at a later date in time. I wanted to see what that was. Daniel has a rig of 6700 XTs at 47 mega hash at 80 watts per card, according to the Team Red miner. The overclock are 2150 mem, and then you got the power limits turned down, but it's not stable. Any recommendation? Well, let's see here. I don't know if I want to do this while streaming. Oh, please don't crash. Daniel, if I crash, it's your fault. Am I still here? All right, I'm still here. All right, good. So you can get this down more, but this is the 6800, by the way. So yeah, memory 2150, fast timings, voltage. I can get that down to 865, 870, something like that. I can turn the cord down because it's not as important. But man, every GPU is different. I can't tell you an exact setting that would work for you and not work for me, and vice versa. Are you measuring power from the wall? Or are you measuring with software? It looks like you said software. But yeah, I mean, you're about spot on. What I would do is, I don't mess with power limits, to be honest. You can see the power limit right here. I don't mess with that at all. I just mess with core voltages and stuff like that. Now what I notice is I use the AMD utility, the Radeon utility, and then I save it. And then I open up MSI Afterburner. Like, I close out MSI Afterburner, I apply it in the AMD utility, and then I reopen Afterburner, and then I save the profile. So like 5, 1, whatever. And that would usually keep it good. Because even the latest MSI Afterburner doesn't give you as much tuning capabilities. Alright, so moving on, because I'm losing people in the stream. People are so impatient. Anyways, you guys know where the giveaway's at. If you're just here for the giveaway, feel free to sign up. Eventually, I'm gonna start making it to where you got to be like a subscriber. Maybe do like a members only giveaway or something. I don't know. So Jack Dorsey plans to build decentralized Bitcoin exchange. Woo, 612 volt, baby. That's good. That's good. That's probably why. Bring it up a little bit. Try like 650 and then 675. Test stability and then tune down from there. Each GPU is going to be a little bit different, but yeah. So yeah, Jack Dorsey, we all know who he is. If you don't know by now, he's the CEO of Square and Twitter. Wants to build a decentralized Bitcoin exchange. Is that going to be a good thing? It increased adoption, but a decentralized Bitcoin exchange, Jack is going to have to be really buddy with some regulators and stuff like that. But we'll see if he's actually successful, or him and his team, excuse me. We can't just say him himself. He's intelligent, but really, a good leader knows how to delegate work and utilize the assets available to him and his team. So we'll see what Jack and his team can do. But I think, cryptocurrency is not going anywhere. There's no doubt about that. Cryptocurrency is not going anywhere. So looking at the Bitcoin company sheets now by balances, this is what we got right here. So we got MicroStrategy. We all knew Michael Saylor, the team at MicroStrategy, has the most amount of Bitcoin. They've been buying Bitcoin religiously, which is why I keep saying, stack them sats, dollar cost average. Do not let all these millionaires and 1%ers and stuff like that take all the cryptocurrency glory for themselves. You should be averaging in. You should be stacking those sats. You should be trying to get some type of exposure, even if you only make $300 per paycheck, once every 2 weeks, which is very little, but is lower class here in the States. If you have the opportunity to just put 10 here, 5 there, 20 here, 5 there, every once in a while, that type of exposure and just hanging tight through the dips, don't panic sell, don't get emotional. There's no way that sometime in the future, if you can sustain your living right now and get what you need and maybe cut back on some lavish items, that you should be good in the future. I'm trying to prepare to take my wife to Italy. I haven't done anything. I want to do more. I want to go skydiving. I want to go to the Mediterranean. I want to go to Italy. I want to go to Africa. Matter of fact, Midwest just mentioned what I talked about in the past about Africa, which is that Cardano is big there, because not only are they using it for debit or credit cards and stuff, Midwest, but they're using it, Cardano or the blockchain, to log students' education, right? And that's super important, because I mentioned this many times, but if you get a certificate that you completed this degree or this education, and then you go back to your hut or your village and you have no way to secure it, right? No safe place, nothing like that. It's open to the elements. That certificate is lost. You lose that education or that proof of education. Now we can provide that proof of education using cryptocurrencies of some type. We can even use assets on Ravencoin to validate and lock in, hey, XYZ, Adam earned this education from this college with this professor. Here was his GPA. Here's what his score, all that stuff. So there's a lot of use cases in the cryptocurrency space, which is why it ain't going nowhere. And so DCAing in the long term. Now I know a lot of people are trying to get rich quick, right? They're trying to find that golden coin, right? You get 1,000 of them and all of a sudden you're a millionaire. It's not going to happen that way. You missed out earlier. I'm sorry. There's probably some in the DeFi space if you catch one new, but then you can also catch the knife. So just think about long-term building up your wealth, so that way you can live the way you want to when you're older. No disrespect to my government, but I don't think my Social Security is going to be there when I'm ready to retire. It's just looking at the statistics and what I know, I don't think it's going to really be there. The generations behind me are not as, they're smart, they're just not as proactive. They don't want to do, we're losing a lot of trades like, sword making, blacksmithing, a lot of special trades that our old, our grandfathers, great grandfathers used to do by hand, are now becoming automated and machines. So why work with my hands when I can just type up on a computer now? And so we're losing a lot of those grit and hardworking individuals in the future generations. But that's a different rant for a different day. So Bitcoin is being bought up by all these different companies. MicroStrategy has 108,992. Tesla has 42,902. Galaxy Digital, which I did not know, has 16,400. Some unknown company, I guess, has 12,000. Voyager Digital. Voyager, okay. And then Square, which is Jack Dorsey and the team, has about 8,000. So we can see here, and they just keep buying, guys. They just keep buying. So if they're buying and none of us are, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to have priority or a decent amount of the market. But exposure is not going anywhere. Martin asked, how's my Chia setup going? Chia setup is going pretty well. Yeah, I'm making about $4 to $5 a day on my 100 terabytes of storage. It's not bad. Can't complain. I haven't converted every single one to pullable or pullable NFT. The contract address. I do have like about 200, 300 solo, just for that miraculous day. Sometime 8 to 10 months from now, where I might get a block that has 2 Chia and win it. Great. But yeah, as far as pullable plots, 100 terabytes. In my system, my NAS, which is directly connected to the internet, so I'm not losing too bad on the timing. I did check the timing, and I showed you guys in a video how to check the timing. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you do. Go back to the channel. So yeah, about $4 to $5 a day, depending on what the price of Chia is at the time of filming. Matter of fact, let's go look it up. So Chia right now is $244. It's been on a slow decline. Nothing compared to when it first released. I mean, can you imagine if you had like 40 Chia at $1,500? Oh my goodness. I want to do some math real quick. So let's say we have 40 Chia and we sold at, let's just be realistic, let's say 2,500 or 1,250. That's 50. Capital gain, son. You paint it. All right. So you can sign up in the Discord. You can sign up to be a member and join the Discord. There's a number of different ways to get a hold of me, but I know a lot of people have been trying to hit me up on Instagram, trying to send me a DM. I can't talk to anybody on social media platforms. I mean, Twitter, you can @ me, but I don't always see it because I get a lot of notifications, so I might miss out on it. But I do have a Discord that's just behind a paywall. You got to become a member and then join. Go to the members tab or communities, one of the two, and then click the link, join, and then you're good to go. And you can actually, there's a channel in there that's Ask Serpent. But unfortunately, I put it behind a paywall because there's so many bots. And right now, a lot of people like my channel because it's quiet, it's collective, it's not blowing up like Red Panda and other people's channels, but it's not so crazy because there's a lot of people scamming and spamming, especially right now, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. Cuba's central bank now recognizes cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. This is going to be a long read, so bear with me here. If you need to, go do what you need to do and just listen to me. This is going to be a talking head aspect of it, which much of the show is, really. But Cuba would now recognize and regulate cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, citing reasons of socio-economic interest. Resolution 215, which was published Thursday in the state-run official Gazette, says the central bank will set new rules for how to deal with digital currencies. Commercial providers of related services will now need a license from the central bank to continue operations. The American embargo on the communist state has turned Cuba into a pariah in the global economy. Cuba's decision to join El Salvador in embracing decentralized virtual cash could help the country to circumvent the U.S. sanctions regime, which a lot of countries are doing, including what's going on abroad in the Middle East. It is historic, and they are embracing it. It says one person or a group, I guess. There's a conservative government still set in the traditional Marxist ways. In fact, the Communist Cuba Central Bank was founded by not going to even try. The fact that they are continuously regulating shows that they're interested in what it can bring. Sending and receiving money between the U.S. and Cuba became extremely difficult during the Trump administration, according to Dr. Takan, a professor of anthropology at the Portland State University, who has been doing research on Cuba for 10 years. In 2020, Western Union, a particularly significant channel for remittance that had been operating in Cuba for 20 years, shuttered all of it. It shut all 400 locations because of Trump sanctions. And I did not know that. The process of getting money in and out of the country was made even worse because of the pandemic. It was this desperate need of cash against a bankrupt of the global pandemic and block access to the world economy that helped foment a rise in crypto adoption in Cuba. There is a kind of niche sector of people who turn to cryptocurrency. If you're a software developer or if you're an NFT artist, you can actually get paid through cryptocurrency for your labor, and I think that's where the potential actually is, says Takan, professor. It opens up a whole new economy for the Cubans to participate, which, for example, a photographer named Gabriela, which one of the first artists in Cuba to break into the new world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens. Her work in 6 days for 1.6 Ethereum, not bad for somebody that's living in poverty level. That's very good. Maybe she's like middle class or lower middle class, but they're Cubans' lower middle class is way different from ours. You guys gotta understand the type of environment they're living in. You know, we got first world problems when we want to complain about, oh, you know, I didn't get my Frappuccino this morning or some crap like that. These guys, I commend them. I'm grateful for the things I have. Let me just put it to you that way. I am grateful for the things I have and the blessings I have in my life because I know others don't have that same opportunity. So yeah, so anyways, Cubans, you know, looking good, mass adoption, it's helping out. You know, regulators around the world are saying, hey, cryptocurrency isn't going anywhere. This industry is going to be here. We need to regulate it. We need to govern it, but we need to govern it in such a way that we're not handicapping it. We're not stifling innovation. We're not killing the actual market. Let's see here. Laptop mine, check out my $50 giveaway. What? Bro, if you want to show, I'm all for it. Just not during the live stream. Yeah, Midwest Miner, I had the Chia set up, I had the hardware, I had the drives, I just set it up and I let it go. If you're spending thousands of dollars on new hardware right now, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you have the hardware, even if it's only like 40 terabytes, like, throw it together, see what it does. Like, I mean, you ain't doing nothing with it anyways. I mean, a lot of the Chia, the big guys on Chia were, you know, probably servers that had allocated storage but not utilizing it. And Daniel, I may drop you a little something in the live chat if you stick around. Just hang tight. All right, so the top 5 cryptocurrencies to watch this week, they were talking about was Bitcoin, ADA, Avalanche, which I've seen a lot of people shill Avalanche, Cake, and Atom. So let's see how they were doing. Okay. So Bitcoin, obviously, let's go to we're on the daily. So this was on the 22nd, right? So at the 22nd, we didn't do anything special. We obviously dropped down, almost touched the 200 daily moving average, or what is that? Yeah, we touched the 200 on the daily, and then came back up, but we're basically in the same spot. Now the next coin they talked about was ADA. So let's go look at ADA and see how ADA was doing. And I just want to see. We'll do it against USD, even though I prefer to compare against BTC. So on the 22nd, Bitcoin, the low was $2.40. Okay. You got all the way up to almost $3. Nice. Came back down to 240 again, and now we're around 281. All right, so ADA on what was one of the tokens that they said to keep an eye on, and it did pretty good. All right, so let's see what AVAX or Avalanche has done. Okay, the 22nd again, right here. So the 22nd low was $40. Got all the way up to $58. came back down to 40 again, and now we're sitting around 48.7. All right. Now Avalanche, to me, the reason that's pumping is because a lot of people have been talking about it. A lot of people have been shilling the crap out of that coin. So yeah. All right. So now Cake on the 22nd, we started off with about $22. We got all the way up to $26, and now we're around $25. Nothing too crazy. Atom or Cosmos. Do I want to use? No, I want to use this. Alright, so the 22nd was the low and the high. So it went from $19.71 to about $25.11. Back down to 17, and then now we're around 19.7. Alright. So what does that mean to you guys? Well, the point I'm trying to make is one article may get very lucky, but if an article says keep an eye on these coins, that doesn't mean go all in on them, okay? So Bitcoin still battling the same resistances and hitting the same support that we know of. ADA looks promising for the future, long term. Cake is a DeFi token that's on the Binance Smart Chain, so I think that's a promising project, but I'm not gonna stake my house or my life on it. Atom, same thing. I'm still waiting for some more upgrades, but it is a solid project. And Avalanche, I honestly, as soon as anybody shows a coin, I don't even look into it. I should look into it, but I don't. It just turns me off. I hate it when influencers and stuff like that shill a coin. It may be a great coin, just don't shill it. Like, hey, you guys should check this out because I saw this and I saw this, and here's my personal recommendation. Not because it's the best thing and it's gonna moon. No, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear. I just don't like it when people shill a bunch of stuff. And we know scams have been picking up. We talked about this many of times. But Turkish prosecutors investigated alleged $119 million Dogecoin mining scam. Now, they say it's a Dogecoin mining scam, but I'm not sure if that's accurate. But the media in Turkey told authorities investigating that alleged Dogecoin mining scam that pulled the rug on investors after amassing $119 million worth of deposits. So, basically, Target V and 11 associates managed to gather close to 350 million Dogecoin valued at 119 million. Target reportedly solicited investments from 115,000 Turkish citizens, drumming up excitement for Dogecoin mining operation at an in-person network event held in ritzy locations using Telegram. Investors were promised returns of 100% in 40 days. Why would you believe that? Now, granted, there were some returns paid. Okay, some of those investors, early investors especially, were paid. But what happened is after the scheme's total value peaked at 350 million Dogecoin during its fourth month, the funds reportedly disappeared. They just dipset, bro. Dipset. So now we got Turkey looking into Target and his 11 associates. They're trying to track him down. I don't think they've been found yet. And because of the recent surge in popularity inside Turkey for all cryptocurrencies, scams have picked up. Just at the end of April, Turkey authorities jailed 6 suspects associated with the collapse of the local crypto exchange Todex, where the crypto exchange abruptly halted withdrawal services earlier that month. So yeah, crypto scams are definitely meh. So you gotta be very careful. And I see them all the time. If I go to play my favorite cryptocurrency YouTuber or whatever, it will play right before, and it'll be like, send this much ETH, get this much back. Send this much Doge, get this much back. You gotta be very careful. Anyways, just be careful. Don't be stupid. So we got 17 new PCIe IDs from AMD, and here's the list that we see. We're suspecting a bunch of refreshes. If you caught us last week, I basically said I don't think that's a lot of streaming processors on the Navi 3X. They're calling it RDNA 3. Supposedly, it could just be a refresh. Like it could be RDNA 2, but with a smaller node, be more efficient and less power hungry. But man, to jump from 5120 streaming processors to 15360, that's a lot. Even if the node goes from 2 nanometer to 5 nanometer, that is a lot. So I don't think the high end is gonna have that much. Maybe you know what? Maybe it might be for workstation, corporate 3D rendering CAD applications, right? Like a true creator's GPU, not the average consumer desktop, not like the 3090 and stuff like that. But that is a lot of SPs, even for the high end with 10,240, where previously it was only 2560. So we have to see how things turn out. But I'm hoping for more entry-level GPUs. Now the 6600 XT is a decent card, don't get me wrong. But with the price being at MSRP, if you can even get it then, of 450, 400, 500, 550, 600, whatever it is now, there needs to be a really budget 6 gigabyte card or more from both AMD and Nvidia, like a 1050 Ti with 6 gig or more, and obviously not like the 1050 Ti, but just a little bit more power efficient and powerful to run games and all that stuff. So the professor asked, how do I feel about Ergo? Good morning, Grits. Thank you for stopping by. So Ergo is a project that I've talked about in the past that actually is a good, solid project to mine on. Here's the problem, though. I don't really know the developers and the individuals running Ergo as a whole or development for it. But it does tick all the right boxes, right? So it's on a number of exchanges, most of them Asia. They do have an online presence and they stay active on social media. They do have, a number of resources that I like. They're obviously proof of work, which is super important. Their website's okay. So they tick all the right boxes, but I don't know their team. I really don't know their team. I'm sure they're knowledgeable people. I just haven't done that much research into it. They're staying active on their GitHub, which is what I like to see. I don't like to see, a project come out, it get FUD or FOMO'd into, and then it just dipsets. When it's not. It's not. It's doing pretty good. If we go back to the overview, even though it's down, right, on the daily, if we look at the long term, it's doing pretty well. It's doing pretty well, right? So I say that's pretty solid right there, guys. This chart starts in 2017. It's been around for a while. I mine it. If you want the answer of do I mine it? Yes, I mine it. Would I invest a decent portion into it? No. I'll mine it, but I definitely won't invest money into it. I need to do some more research on Ergo. I just did some quick how-to to mine and stuff like that, but I do like the algorithm, and like I said, it ticks all the right boxes for me, and we'll see how things go. So the RTX 3090 Super, 450 watts of power. What is that? So 450 watts, that would require what? 3 8-pins? 3 8-pins, right? So what? 288, 288, 288. Yeah, we should be able to do that with 3 8-pins, right? But a single Molex 12-pin power connector should be sufficient to provide a maximum of 648 watts of power. So, but that 3 8-pin power connectors by default. That's what I thought. Okay. So this amount of power would likely force AMBs to use 3 8-pin power connectors by default, allowing 450 plus 75 watts of power through the PCIe slot. Alternatively, a single Molex 12-pin connector should be sufficient as it provides a maximum of 648 watts per hour. or per hour. It's not a car, Chris, of power. So that is some serious juice, guys. That is some serious juice. But the biggest thing for me is 1 terabyte of memory bandwidth. Now, where do we see that? I'll give you guys a quick second in the live chat. What card hit about 1 terabyte in memory bandwidth in the past? Somebody call it out for me in live chat. There's a card that can do it. Who knows what it is? So it's going to have supposedly more CUDA cores, 24 gigabytes, we already know that, 21 gigabytes per second, memory bandwidth 1000. What's up, Billy? Thanks for stopping by again. Radeon 7 was the answer. So yeah, the Titan, the V100 could also do it, yes. But from a desktop mining platform, HBM2 memory could do it. So, needless to say, if we're getting what, maybe 120 mega hash mining Ethereum with the 3090 now, that could be a 130, possibly. Just speculation. I could be way off. It really depends on a number of variables, but yeah. So the Radeon 7 can do this is memory bandwidth now, right? This is memory bandwidth. You know, the memory bandwidth is a little bit different. I use GPU-Z to monitor everything, but Radeon 7 can do it, and the memory bandwidth in GPU-Z would show up right here. Right, so this is the 6800. It says 550 right now, but it's underclocked. If I overclock it, I'll get a lot closer to the 3080 and stuff like that. The 3080 Ti has 912 gigabytes per second, or 936 on the 3090 now, and then supposedly over 1000 gigabytes per second memory bandwidth on the 3090 Super. The Radeon 7 can do that. The Titan, as you said, can do that. The V100 can do that. So we could have a very powerful card as far as memory bandwidth and mining. Hopefully they don't make it LHR. That would be very stupid on their part. Now in Russia, they spotted a 3080 Ti with 20 gigabytes of memory. What is a? I thought they already came. No, what did they come with? Hang on. What did it come with? 3080. So the 3080 comes with 10. 3080 Ti comes with 12. And this is the 20 gigabyte that they were talking about and then broke down. Okay. Yeah, we're seeing some 20 gigs, guys. We're seeing some 20 gigs. Nice. Very nice. I don't think that's going to do anything for the memory bandwidth, but it would help out in like 8K games, 4K games, stuff like that, that use a lot of memory. Maybe help out in, what's that game that was crashing or breaking the 3090s? The Amazon game. What's the name of that game, guys? Somebody put it in chat. It might help out in that game or something like that. Oh, snap. Daniel, good test. Good test. All right. You have been initiated. Now I do have requirements when you enter the server to become verified. So you got to do that. But for the first few people, that link is going to work, and it's only going to work for a certain amount of time. So the only other way to get in is to join the membership. Moving on, because we only got the last 5 minutes, I want you guys to tear this article apart. It will be linked down in the description. This is a Newegg insider showing you how to build a crypto mining rig, how to keep costs small and profits big. Right now, profits are decent, but the costs are high because of the supply-demand situation. They talk about what you need. You need a wallet. We all know that. what goes in a rig, CPU, GPU, and ASIC. These are the three basic categories for mining rigs. The CPU, it talks about what you would need. You don't need, if you're CPU mining, maybe a Ryzen CPU, Ryzen Threadripper or whatever. But for GPU mining, you just need a cheap little dual core. Go pick yourself up a little garage kept LGA 775 dual core, Intel Core Duo, whatever CPU. Split out some connections and get a bunch of GPUs. For GPUs, they talk about a couple things: Radeon 7, 3090. That's it. They don't really get too detailed into it. And then they talk about a case or a frame. They mentioned this mining case right here. Let's check this out, which is not even working. Good job. Good job, Newegg. Not even working. Good job. Freaking A. Then they talk about the power supply, 1600 watt, 1500 watts. Don't forget, parallel miner in the link down below. Parallel miner is a good choice if you're looking for power supplies and don't want to pay an arm and a leg. Now, the biggest difference though is, for example, this kit has a 1200 watt power supply, but if you're on 110 volt, 120 volt, you're only going to be running at 750. So you might need two of these to run one rig, but then you need to get this ZSX breakout board because it has the 24 pin connection for your motherboard and everything else you need. If you don't have an ATX power supply, otherwise you can combine this normal breakout board server power supply with an ATX setup or power supply and power all your GPUs as well. You don't have to get the tough power 1500 or 1600 watt because these guys can be super expensive, upwards of 300 plus, 350, 400. Where, as you can see here on Parallel Miner, matter of fact, let's build one out. Let's just say I want 12, I want the ZSX breakout board, and I'm on 200, 240. Look at that. 180, and I could pretty much power 6 to 8 GPUs, especially if I got more PCIe cables, because this thing has a lot of them on there on the ZSX breakout board. So save money where you can. Check out Parallel Miner in the link in the description below. But you can do a mix, and I do that. I have an ATX power supply on both my rigs and a server power supply, and they just supplement each other. They help each other out. Now, the coins that they say to start mining, what's odd to me is they don't even mention Ethereum. They mention Ethereum Classic, but they don't mention Ethereum. What are the best coins to start mining? Here's a short list of cryptos worth investigating if you're interested in starting mining an operation of your own. And then they talk about all of the following are ASIC resistant viable options for beginning to mine. And they talk about Ravencoin. Now, I appreciate Ravencoin, and Ravencoin is my top cryptos to mine. I appreciate Ethereum Classic. It's also one of my top coins to mine as well. Then it goes on to Monero. But Monero, they do say, is a CPU. Okay, good. You can mine it with the GPU, but it's primarily CPU. Bitcoin Gold, I don't understand, but it is possible, and especially because Bitcoin Gold has been on a tear lately. Vertcoin has also been on a tear lately. Haven Protocol, I don't understand, because I have not seen Haven Protocol be profitable at all. And it really depends on when this article was written, but this article makes absolutely no sense, and I wish... Okay, August 23rd, Ben Tibbles, please reach out to the mining community next time you write the article. We'll be more than happy to share information. Seth from Mine Your Biz, Bitsby Trippin', or Carter from Bitsby Trippin', Red Panda Mining, Rabbit Mining, Red Fox, myself, Max Votes. There's a lot of people, Son of a Tech, I Mine Blocks. We'll be more than happy to provide information to you so that way you can make the article a little bit more efficient, a little bit more actual, as well as give sound advice. Now, you do give sound advice, but there's a few areas in which you're incorrect. Same thing with Jay's 2 cents, talking about ETH 2.0 and the impacts and how they're only selling a large farm and stuff like that. I understand where he was coming from, but certain aspects they definitely got wrong, and that's just making it worse because you're spreading misinformation. You don't want to spread misinformation. You want to make sure that you provide information that's actual and factual, can be checked, verified, validated, all that good stuff. Kind of like if we're the ledger and we're approving your transaction. We're going to verify, validate, and then approve. Just make sure that you got all the facts in line before you do anything like this. It's not bad. The article does good, Ben. I'm not complaining about that. There's just some useful stuff, and of course the Asus B250 motherboard is so hard to get a hold. Look at that. Who's paying? Don't pay $800, $750 plus on this motherboard. God's sakes, don't do it. And I hope that Ben put a description here, you know, about the current situation and not to spend this much for it. That's just ridiculous. You know, you could take just this motherboard right here, which isn't too bad. It has 4 PCIe by 1s, 2 by 16s, and you could technically make that work with an 8 GPU rig, no problem. You can even use the M.2 slots and adapters. If you haven't checked out my monthly build series where I try to build out the parts that you would need to build a 6 by or 8 by GPU rig, I go through the whole shebang. I provide you a list of parts. I provide you pricing, and then I let you make the decision, cost and all, profitability, all that good stuff. But that's going to do it for me today. I thank you so much for hanging out with me. Really appreciate your time. I'm sorry if the format's a little bit different than you like if you're a new person to the channel. If you're an OG to the channel, I really appreciate all the support that you've given me throughout the years. We're very close to 15K, which is why I'm doing the giveaway. I suspect we should be over the 15K subscriber mark before the giveaway ends on in about 14 days. Matter of fact, just once again, the giveaway is right here. It's in the description, but I'm going to go ahead and post it in the live chat one more time for you guys. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I really appreciate it, man. This is awesome. All I want to do is mine cryptocurrency, talk cryptocurrency, earn cryptocurrency, and talk with like-minded individuals. But I'm not just a crypto guy. I do tech stuff too. So if you're interested in that, please hang around, hit the subscribe bell, hit the notification to stay up to date, and check out any links in the description that help support the channel, like to dogelord.com. You can get this merch, the coffee cup, and I think I just flicked off the camera. I'm sorry, and the shirt. So yeah, you all have yourself a wonderful day. Take care. I'll catch you later on this week in another video. Bye.